Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Welcome. It's David Hodge. All right, brothers and sisters. We are headed into the time of unprecedented trouble, a time like no other, and never will there be. The ongoing conflict with false Israel in Iran. Israel is increasing their consequence. They are not, excuse me, they are not making the situation better, brothers and sisters. They are launching aggression, more aggressive and deeper. A strike, attacks, airstrikes inside Iran. The key military and missile sites continue to be targeted, with Iran hitting back. They have launched a new wave of missile attacks on Israel, with about 12 people reported injured in the latest strike. So this thing is escalating, brothers and sisters, and there's no sign of peace. The Hezbollah in Lebanon is getting worse. The conflict is now fully spread across multiple countries. The U.S. is preparing and reviewing their next steps. Their oil crisis, the oil crisis tension still is in the Strait of Hormuz, which remains high. Oil prices continue climbing and increasing pressure globally. And we know that things are only going to get worse, brothers and sisters. Thousands killed. Displacement damage continues. War growing. Economy impact. Oil, gas, food, such and such. No ceasefire agreement. And there will not be. There will not be an agreement being reached, brothers and sisters. It's only going to get worse. And we're headed to a time that's going to change everyone's lives as you know it forever. And we're here to give and reflect the light. So you have a heads up on what to do, what's going to happen, the outcome of this war, which is the defeat of false Israel, which is going to change things forever, brothers and sisters. So let's take a look at what's going on.
There are fears that the war in Iran could escalate after Iranian-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen said they have launched a second wave of missiles.
Just a sec, brothers and sisters.
There are fears that the war in Iran could escalate after Iranian-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen said they have launched a second wave of missiles and drones against Israel. Well, the Houthis have in the past attacked shipping in the Red Sea, and there are fears they could target the Bab al-Mandab Strait, a vital global shipping route. Elsewhere, there have been attacks across the region, including one on a US military base in Saudi Arabia, injuring 12 American troops. This report from our World News correspondent, Joe Inwood.
It has become a familiar sight. Iranian Red Crescent rescue teams searching through the remains of shattered buildings. The US and Israel have launched thousands of strikes right across the country. They say they have all but destroyed Iran's military capabilities. But still, the regime fires back. Today, they released this footage of what they said was their 85th wave of missiles.
Taxes was chasing updates. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert.
And this was Kuwait Airport after an apparent drone strike. Dragging US Gulf allies into the conflict has been a key part of Iran's strategy. And today, another front seems to have opened. Vast crowds took to the street in Yemen after the Houthis, allies of Iran, launched missiles at Israel.
We
are preparing for a multi-front war, including with the Houthis. We know how to defend Israeli civilians, and as I said before, we act, we don't talk. Anyone who threatens Israeli civilians, we will strike them.
But there is a bigger concern, that the economic war deepens. Now, if the Houthis decide to start attacking shipping in the Red Sea, it could have far-reaching economic consequences. In order to avoid the Strait of Hormuz, Saudi Arabia is currently diverting around 4 million barrels of oil a day through a pipeline to Yanbu on the Red Sea coast. Now, that means the oil bound for the Asian market can then sail south in relative safety past Yemen. But that's not always been a safe route. For nearly 2 years, the Houthis attacked international shipping, damaging around 30 vessels. Now they say they could target commercial shipping again, making the Bab al-Mandab Strait a key flashpoint, blocking routes for Saudi oil in both directions, with huge implications for the global economy. This war is increasingly divisive in the US. Today, huge protests took place. But overnight, Donald Trump insisted it was a fight that needed to be had.
There was blackmail, period. Under my leadership, America is ending the threat posed by this radical regime.
There are diplomatic efforts to end the war. Pakistan has said it will host talks with Egypt and Turkey, a sign of just how widely the shockwaves are spreading. But both sides seem to be talking at cross purposes. The US has said Iran is defeated, essentially calling for their surrender, while the message coming from Tehran is equally uncompromising.
Exactly, brothers and sisters. Trump is a liar. Iran has not thrown in the towel. They're not begging for mercy. They're not pleading for a deal. None of these things that Trump is saying. He's trying to buy time to keep everyone calm and keep everybody from being on edge and trying to release that pressure on everybody's chest or on their minds, trying to put everybody at ease, keep everybody calm and cool, relax, and we're under control. We got everything under control, but they don't. And but something else. Right. You're right. This is evidence that the pressure is increasing, brothers and sisters. You see all the chaos. You see what's happening. You see things worsening for Israel, things worsening for the United States. All their plans are failing. Things are not happening in the manner that they wish. It said all things would fail. It said that what they'll inherit what they say and they do. Things are not going well for them, brothers and sisters, and it's about to turn completely bad. It's about to go way worse, brothers and sisters. Okay, let's stay tuned.
Trump and the commanders of the US Army must have clearly understood that the region will turn into a graveyard for American soldiers, and they will have no option but to surrender.
All the while, the human cost of the war continues to grow. The Iranian Red Crescent released this footage following what they said was an Israeli strike. The US has said this could all be over in weeks. How that will happen is far from clear. Joe Inwood, BBC News.
Well, live now to our correspondent James Waterhouse, who's in Jerusalem for us now. And James, to what extent do you think the Houthi attack on Israel is an escalation of the war in Iran?
Well, Ben, the footprint of this already vast war is widening further. Now, it was always likely that should Iran have asked the Houthis for help, they would have said yes because of their long-standing relationship, because of the military and financial aid the Houthis had received from Iran. We have had 2 reported missile strikes or attempted missile strikes today. Israel's air defences aren't usually too troubled by missiles launched from the south, but of course it's also having to defend against salvo after salvo of Iranian missiles, which make their way over, and today has been no exception. And so when you think about America's claim or wish that this war will be over in weeks rather than months, when you consider Israel's own widening offensive in southern Lebanon, where 1,100 civilians have been killed and counting, there's very little sign here in Israel that the war is winding down in any way.
All right, James, thank you very much indeed. 3 Lebanese journalists have been killed in a targeted Israeli airstrike on their press vehicle in southern Lebanon. Among those killed was a well-known correspondent for Al-Manar TV, a station affiliated to the Iranian-backed Lebanese armed group Hezbollah. The Israeli army claim he was a Hezbollah member who had been exposing Israeli military positions without providing evidence. Well, also today, a funeral was held for a boy who was among 5 people killed in 2 airstrikes in a town in southern Lebanon yesterday. And from there, our Middle East correspondent Hugo Bashega sent us this report.
This war is destroying not only Lebanon's present, it is also taking away part of its future. This was the funeral today for Jawad Yunis, killed in an Israeli airstrike as he played football with his cousins. He was 11. His mother was devastated.
My son is gentle and pure. He loved the idea of martyrdom, and when he grew up, he wanted to be with the resistance. He wanted to resist the enemy Israel, who killed him.
Israeli bombs have pounded towns and villages across Lebanon. In the south, Israeli troops are pushing ahead with their invasion. Israel says it is targeting Hezbollah, which has continued to launch attacks against Israel. But here, often it's civilians who were killed.
This is the location that was hit, and the scale of the destruction gives us an idea of the power of the attack. This house has been completely destroyed. There's a lot of damage in this building on this side. And people here say that this attack happened at around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and that it came with no warning. And this is the fear that many have across this country of not knowing when and where the next Israeli attack will hit.
The Israeli military is yet to explain why it attacked this building. Lebanese officials say more than 120 children have been killed by Israeli attacks in this war, with hundreds more wounded.
And then my back.
Jawad's aunt, Zainab, survived the attack.
1 hour later, I have...
She has a broken spine and fractured leg, but doctors believe she will fully recover.
Had you ever imagined that something like this could happen to you?
No, at all. There's nothing for Israel to bomb us, because I'm sitting with my husband and with my children.
We're playing football with me and my cousins, and then Israel do this thing.
Israel and Hezbollah are vowing to keep on fighting, and more innocent children will be lost to a war they're too young to understand. Hugo Bashega, BBC News, Southern Lebanon.
Never ever sue the driver.
All right, brothers and sisters. You see what's going on. You see Israel's involvement. It said you don't know the depths of Satan, which we know Satan is false Israel. The ones call themselves Jews, they're Satan. The ones who have synagogues, they're Satan, synagogue of Satan. And they're doing, you see what they have going on. They're making their lives worse. They're making their situation worse. They're creating their deathbed, brothers and sisters. America's praying for peace, but we know prayers don't work, so there won't be any peace. But they're not helping with the situation of peace because, as you see, they're killing children. Look at them, blowing up children. They didn't have a warning of this of this attack, a reasoning and a warning or nothing, and they're killing children. That's what they do: kill women and children, starve and kill women and children, and they think that they're good people, right? They're not good people. And the thing is, this is what they're doing is making the situation worse. They're not helping it. They're increasing their consequence. They're for suring or sealing the deal on their destruction. And see, now there's no way out of this. There's no backtracking. We're headed into a time of darkness, brothers and sisters, where false Israel's destruction is near. And we're going to talk about that, brothers and sisters, just in a minute. Let's get back to this.
Now to the Middle East. Tonight, the Iran-backed militant group, the Houthis, in Yemen entered the widening conflict. They launched an unsuccessful missile attack on Israel. 2,500 American Marines arrived in the region today. They're on board with the USS Tripoli, along with 2,500 sailors. CBS's Holly Williams is in Tel Aviv with more on that part of the story. Holly.
Good evening, Jerika. We have more American casualties in a war that's now a month old. 10 American service members were injured yesterday by an Iranian strike on a base in Saudi Arabia, according to U.S. officials. 2 of them very seriously.
They are negotiating. They're begging to make a deal.
President Trump repeated his claim last night that Iran's leaders are eager to negotiate an end to the war. But Iran has said it's rejected an American ceasefire plan and won't negotiate. Even as the country's pummeled by American and Israeli airstrikes, Iran's leaders are wielding an economic weapon that gives them bargaining power. With strikes and the threat of mines, Iran has effectively paralyzed traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, which normally carries around 20% of the world's oil. It's sent energy prices soaring and piled pressure on Trump to end the war. If the president can't reach a deal with Iran, he could stop the war unilaterally. But that would leave the Iranian regime with around 1,000 pounds of uranium enriched to 60% and the ability to rebuild its nuclear and missile programs.
We are not going to give it up, not going to give we don't have a flexibility here.
Retired General Yaakov Amidror is Israel's former national security advisor.
President Trump is under a lot of pressure to end the war. If the war ends soon, will that be too soon from Israel's perspective?
If the enriched uranium will not be taken out in the agreement that will be reached between the Americans and the Iranians, the answer is yes.
Jerika, Germany's foreign minister said that he expects representatives from Iran and the US to meet for face-to-face talks in Pakistan in the very near future.
Holly Williams in Tel Aviv.
Iran hits Israel's Dimona atomic site, the most protected location on Earth.
All right, brothers and sisters. So as you see, this thing is ongoing. There's no peace coming. Everybody wants Trump to end this, but Trump doesn't have the power to end this. He is the cause of these things. You see, he's trying to act like he was the one who's saving America, but he's helping with the destruction of America. it's no. I mean, they can't help themselves. So they're just doing what devils do. You see, make the situation worse. You see, everything they do, they think that they can scare, tactic everybody, and do. If you don't do what I tell you to do, then I'll show you. Okay, when they're at the point now where they're like, okay, we're gonna show you. You see, so like I explained, everything will backfire for America and Israel. So they inherit what they saying they do. So that stuff will go back on them. So everything they're doing is backfiring. And they're desperate for this. They're desperate. America and them are desperate because you see it's affecting the gas prices, the oil prices. They need to get a hand on this route for the sake of the for everyone's for the economy. Excuse me, brothers and sisters. So like I shared, this stuff is not going away, brothers and sisters. We're heading to a time of intense darkness. It said men's hearts will be failing them from fear and the expectation of these things which are coming on earth, coming here to America. You see, it says for the powers of the heavens will be shaken. Talking about this war with the parties, with the involvement with those the allies, the false Israel, America, Britain, the House of Assad, those parties losing authority in the Middle East, and eventually the result, of false Israel's being destroyed, and what's taking place over there with all this damage and the bombing and infrastructures and killings and starvations and all this chaos constantly coming. It said millions of men's hearts will be failing them, meaning they'll be having heart attacks from what they see going on over there coming here, which is worse than any Great Depression, any world wars, any Holocaust, anything that you can think of in your mind that's intense. It's going to be much more intense and more extreme and severe than anything you know. And it says it's going to give men heart attacks. You see, they're going to have heart attacks from the anticipation of what's coming. It means it's not even here, but they're anticipating it. They're watching it. They're viewing it. They're seeing it. They're seeing genocide. They're seeing all these things come, and that's coming here. No this, no that, no food, no. You get what I'm saying? So it's the anticipation of what's to come, brothers and sisters, and people are gonna be riding down the street, boom, running into stuff because they're gonna be having heart attacks. Driving planes come crashing down because the pilot and the co-pilot having heart attacks. You see, and just imagine any other machinery being operated. Things are going to be colliding and crashing into buildings, and people are going to be getting hurt and killed from heart attacks. The people that survived the heart attacks will be hurt by people having heart attacks, and then the people who didn't have heart attacks now got to survive through what's to come, and they still know that it's coming. You see, so and this is, and it's like right now, you see everything that's taking place. You see the gas, you see the oil, you see you're being affected by it deeply, right? So in most cases, things are going to be worse than just losing your job and income instability. You know, where business shut down and cutting workers and side hustles and gigs dry up, paychecks and stuff. Your paychecks become less or reduced. Unemployment rises, is going to be rising, not being able to go get loans and credit, it become harder to obtain, and interest rates spiking or crashing, depending on the situation. The dollar losing its value, inflation, you see. So these are like, this is mild compared to what's going to take place, rent and gas, that's already happening. Gas, groceries, rent, and things going up. Certain items hard to get your hands on. Empty shelves. See, that's where that see in empty shelves, like when COVID happened, but worse. You see, so you do not knowing the possibility of food coming, higher food prices week by week, rent increasing, evictions rising, foreclosures increase, homelessness goes up. You see, housing becomes unstable. You see, and theft scams increase of crime and social tension, social unrest, protesting, communities under stress. You see, no certainty in the news, not knowing what's going on. The government try to step in, that doesn't work. The police can't get things under control. The police, they're going through things. You know, the government's going through things, so they'll be cutting programs. You see, and due to lack of funds, you see, they're trying to stabilize things, but it's just not enough. You know, there's too much going on. So traveling, things of that nature, all these things have come to a halt, you see. And, people will be trying to do what they can. They be stressed out about everything. And they go to try to figure out what's going on. The news is full of uncertainty, you see. It'd be like a recession in that sense, you know, but worse than the scenario of in 2018, or not 2018, 2008, excuse me, brothers and sisters, that scenario, a severe recession, worse than that, you see. And this is just, like I said, mild. This is the beginning of all these things to come, you see. When it'll be worse than this, is what I'm trying to explain to you. So if you can imagine that, brothers and sisters, that's the time we're headed in, the time of intense darkness, things worse than that. And that's all because we're at the time where it's with Michaels and angels versus the dragons and his angels. And Michael is the God, Master Muhammad, and his angels is Iran and Syria versus the dragon, which is the House of Assad, and his angels, which is America, Britain, and false Israel. So that's where we are, brothers and sisters. It says, and not it proved strong, not but place was found in them yet in heaven, and was thrown the dragon, the great, the serpent, the archaic, the being called devil, and the Satan. You see, that's talking about American Britain, false Israel, the House of Assad. You see, the making to air, the being inhabited whole. He was thrown, the dragon was thrown, right? Which is the House of Assad, into the earth, and the angels of him, American Britain, false Israel, the angels of him with him were thrown. See, so that's talking about their defeat in the Middle East, and their influence is gone. And now false Israel is isolated and under siege. And when this happens, this is going to change reality as you know it forever, brothers and sisters, explaining exactly what I was telling you. And America will no longer have access to the oil in the Middle East, leading to energy crisis here in America. It's exactly what I was explaining to you about all the situation, all these things, and what's coming to America is going to be way worse. A total economic collapse, brothers and sisters. A total economic collapse, something that's never has happened never has happened here in America, brothers and sisters. America has never experienced this. No food, no water, no oil, no gas, severe social unrest, insurrection, people freezing to death, not having energy for heating in the dead of winter, brothers and sisters. It's going to happen fast, you see. And people are not, that's why I said millions of men's hearts have fell from fear of what's coming here. And just seeing with their own eyes what's taking place over there and what's coming here, and they never expected that to happen to them. They never expected for America to be in such a situation, because they've always been told that America is blessed, that America is the best place on earth, is the best and blessed place to be. But it's not about to be. It's about to end tragically for America. It's about to end tragically here. And that's why we're telling our people, don't invest in America. Don't do this and don't do that. And that's why we're telling them, right, that's a good point. That's exactly why we're telling our people to reduce that effect on our people, that way they don't have heart attacks. That way we reduce the risk of them having heart attacks and reduce the shock, because it's going to shock the entire world. It's going to be a shock of the hour, and it's going to send shockwaves and rock the planet, and people are going to be affected from the anticipation of what's going to take place, like I explained, here in America. So what does this mean for the black man and woman of America? Well, this means now you have an option, brothers and sisters, because it says invest in yourself. And what does that mean? So it means stop investing in the American dream, because now you know that there's no guarantee that America is going to survive through all these things. And it was never designed for you anyway. But at the same time, there is no guarantee here in America. America's about to be destroyed, and that's a guarantee. It's about to be economy and energy crisis here, and it's going to collapse totally. It means America's done with. Ain't no more America. Ain't no more American dream. All that's out of there. And it was a dream from the get-go. It was never nothing tangible that you can hold on to that was guaranteed that was going to be good for you and your family, brothers and sisters. So that's why I say invest in yourself. And what does that mean? That means the Abraham covenant. That means your vision. Invest in your vision, which is to go home, which is to separate from America, to get the hell out of here, to get away from your enemies, the devil. You see, Massa, get away from them because they don't mean you no good. They never did. They never liked you. They never loved you. They hated you 100%. So guess what they did? They changed you. And why would they change you? If they love something, they keep it the same. But they change you 100%, which shows you exactly how much they hate you. And they're about to show you in a minute when this economic collapse crack off. They're going to show you exactly who they are. They're going to show you that they're wolves with blood in their mouths, blood dripping from their mouths from being bloodthirsty. They're about to show you in a minute exactly how wicked and sick and twisted they really are, because they're not about to have anything. They've always had everything, and they treat you like shit. So imagine what happens when they ain't got nothing. How they going to treat you, brothers and sisters? So we head into a time of darkness, a time of intense darkness. And brothers and sisters, we're here to tell you this: separate, to get away from these devils, because they're not your friends. They don't love you. They hate you. And we're here to tell you, invest in your vision, which is to go home. Invest in yourself. Invest in your discipline. Invest in your in re-improving and separating, in getting yourself in position to go home, to purify, to be purified, and to be to remove what the devil get all that shit off you, get all the impurities off you. We headed to a time where we about to get out of here. Before we do, you gotta remove the devil's mind. Get that programming off you. Get rid of that whole that software. Upload the new software, the Injil. Get that Injil. Get the time of the unsealed scriptures. What's happening now, and which is the perspective of how it's going to work out. The will of God is the perspective of the will of God today. Today's time, where we are in the new reality that we're headed to, brothers and sisters, giving you your new mind, your new superior mind, which is the higher pressure in this reality, giving you that way you see what's going on, where you're headed. You see, you know exactly where you're going. GPS, brothers and sisters, for this time and where you're headed, so you'll be able to see where you're going. And on top of being able to see where you're going, you got your protection with your windshield, you got your steering wheel, you got the 5 mathematical pillars of Islam, which is your protection against all evil, and your power that's going to add that power punch to your knowledge, your thorough knowledge of self and things of that nature that you're receiving, and you're getting the information, and it give you that boom. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing they can do, you see? And that's what we here to do, brothers and sisters, give you the information that's going to give you the ability to make the better decision to save your life and your family's life. Because we're telling you, hey, brothers and sisters, check this out. This is what's about to happen to America. Total economic collapse. This place is about to be burnt up to the ground. So I mean, anything that you invest in, including yourself, is going to be burnt and collapse in the process. You see, so, or you can go over here where we're going off to go be at peace. We're going off into glory, and we're going off to what God has given for us. Because this is your reward for the 400 years of servitude and affliction, severe affliction, Holocaust, horror. It was horror. It was the worst thing that ever happened in history, and now you're getting a reward for it. It said you did it. Now you made it. Now you're at the finish line. Now you can go this way, where you got to go make paradise, where nobody ever thought you'd survive. That you endured this terrible time, and now you're this close. We're getting the hell out of here. Now it's time to upgrade, get that mind, get that spirit, get that 5 mathematical pillars of Islam, and we're getting. You see, now it's time for you to exercise it, apply the pillars, and we're about to be on our way out of here. You see, all one group, we're gonna be one body, you see, we're in one motion. no conflict, no friction, no confusion. Everybody on the same page. Everybody rocking out with the Injil and the spirit of it. And we applying the pressure, putting pressure on them, putting pressure on their system. Well, it's already pressure on it. But we're going to apply the pressure, and we're going to maneuver our way out of here, brothers and sisters. This is a makeup test, and for us to get the hell out of here. We getting our people out of here. You understand? We don't want to stay here in America. America's going to be destroyed. Point blank, period. So the house is on fire. Move, move, move. Here's the exit. This is where we're going. Go, 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 go. You see? And that's what time we're in. Like I explained to you, with Michael's Angels versus Dragon Angels, Michael's Angels won the war, and the dragon in them was defeated. The outside America, Britain, false Israel was defeated by the God in Iran and Syria. And it said that false Israel be put under siege. And it says, when you see the false Israel, right, that's Jerusalem. It's the capital, right? Bam. Jerusalem's the capital of false Israel, right? Bam. It said, when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, know that its destruction is near. And that's the configuration of that. When America, Britain get kicked out, look, they right next side to it goes America, or it goes America, false, right? America, false, America, false Israel, Britain, right? They all side. Okay, they go, bam, America get kicked out, Britain get kicked out. Now, bam, in the middle is false Israel. They're isolated. Now it's surrounded by armies. You understand what I'm saying? That's a configuration. That's the sequence of the time now. And it says, when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, know that its destruction is near. You see? And that means now it's time to flee, 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 flee. Because they're coming to attack you. You see? Because the ideology of this reality is set up around the idea that false Israel is true seed Abraham, which means that they can't be destroyed. So if that happens, that's an abomination. That's not supposed to happen. You see? So now they come and attack you because they set up false Israel in that position. They set them up to counter your claim as being a true seed of Abraham because they was cursing God's people and said, curse those who curse God's people. So guess what they did? They set up false Israel, and they said they were God's people, and they blessed them because they say, bless those who bless them. See, now they made them God's chosen people, and they torched your image, ruined you, they complete identity theft, stole your identity, torch your identity, so nobody would believe that you're God's people, because look how they are, look how they act, look at this, look at that. You see, literally made you look like an imbecile, just so these people can steal your identity. But now, they're on their way out. And it said once God placed them in their land, they're not to be uprooted or removed. So that means that happens. That means that what the hell? Who the hell were they? They were Satan, the one that was masquerading as an angel of light. But they was sick, wicked, twisted, just like America. You see, Satan, Jews, the ones call themselves Jews, but they're Satan. The ones who have synagogues, and the synagogue Satan. That's Satan. Now the world knows, and America was the one backing them up. And now that shows who they are. Hideous, wicked, evil, sick, twisted people who was tormenting God's people. You see? Now, if they're not who they are, that means you are, because you have second claim. So now you know who you are, and now you the personification of their judgment. You get it? Now they're shaking, because now they're about to enter hell. Because now you're about to rain hell on them. It says, do unto them as was done to you. And that's why they're going to be in a rush to take you out. Because you can't find out who you are. Because now you're the judge. You're the judge and the executioner. You're about to take their ass out. And their purpose is to escape judgment, to get away from judgment, brothers and sisters. So the whole idea is to get away from you. I mean, to get you to not wake up, keep you asleep, eliminate you, which is getting rid of the evidence before the day of court, the day that they can prove themselves guilty or prove themselves not guilty of the crime that they committed against God's people. They're trying to become free of this. They want to dismiss this case. They want to be free. They want to be the innocent, non-guilty party is what I'm sharing with you, and make you out. Get rid of you. Get rid of the evidence. No face, no case. No evidence, no case. No this, no that. They're trying to escape judgment, but we know they can't, because it said that Allah is the best of planners. And brothers and sisters, you part of that. You are Allah. You get it? You are the gods. But you have to wake up. because this attack that they're planning is gonna unite us. So we're gonna get together anyway. So this whole thing is gonna cause it. It's gonna cause our unity. We're gonna come together anyway. Exactly what they didn't want, and it's gonna happen anyway. You see? So they're rushing out to get you because false Israel's about to be destroyed. Which, if that happens, that means that now that you are the true seed of Abraham, they can't have that happen. They can't have that idea spread. They can't. That means they about to go to hell. They can't. They always had heaven, and here you are they about to receive hell, and you about to go off into paradise and impose your mind on them, like they imposed their mind on us for all these years. And it says now what was done to us will be done to them. And now that's intense because you fucked with God. You get it? It said God when he wake up. Man, he does it worse than anybody. He does it the best. You understand? No one can do it like him. No one's wrath was like his, and that's where we headed. Vengeance, wrath, payback, time to avenge our nation. You see, a sleeping lion who woke up with sharp teeth and an empty belly that was touching his back with enemies surrounded. And it says that they fear that we multiply. They fear that we'll get strong, multiply, join the enemies in war and attack their ass. You see? That's what it said, brothers and sisters. War. You see? And the thing is, that's what we're here to do. We're here to tell you, brothers and sisters, don't invest in American dream. Don't go get you no land. Don't go try to get you no reparations. Don't go cancel your contract with God. Don't go do nothing that you're gonna regret. Taking no shots, no vaccines, none of the crap that they offering. Don't believe that they have power over you, because they don't. You see? Now you gotta do is invest in yourself. Invest in your vision. Say the people out of vision will perish. But that's exactly why we're giving you the vision, which is the Abraham covenant. Genesis chapter 15. You see? Go read it. They got the vision, then you got the covenant. The vision and the covenant, you see? Our vision was this enslavement, the Holocaust. The covenant part is the part where it tell you where your land is. It tell you you're going home. You're getting the hell out of here. You see? You can find all that right there in Genesis chapter 15, verse 13, or Genesis chapter 15, verse 13 through 18. That's the vision. First the vision, then it's the covenant. You see? Tell you where you're going. After all this, said you come out. Then he said you going home. Said you getting the hell out of here. Your enemies be judged. You see? The people who inflicted you will be judged. You see? And it came in right on time. You see, after 40 years, bam, 1619, 2019, 2020, year of judgment, bam, said pass over those with the lamb's blood, pass over us. You see? You had to be original. And they were dropping like flies. You see? But they tried to say it was us. It was them. It was the devils. It was the ones, it was Satan, false Israel and them, dropping like flies. Because they knew exactly what time it was. You see? And that's what we're telling you. Invest in yourself. Complete separation. So you should be a fool to stay here in the land of your imprisonment. And say, come out of her, my people. That's what it say. Get the hell out of here. Not move to the side. Not don't indulge in her holidays. Just you can make your own America great here around them, and you can partner with demons, massive blackface children, and love America in your own way with your own culture. And all you gotta do is stay away from the wicked, evil son of a bitches that don't like you. And we're gonna find a way to change the fabric of America and change it and add a little spice into it. And we're gonna eventually make America great again and get rid of all the racist son of a bitches that hate blacks. But they all hate blacks. They all hate you. You see? Even the demons, they hate you. Massive blackface children, the demons, they hate your ass too. You see? They're not telling you. They don't even like to be black. They hate that they black. You see? Because Master treat them just like us. So they don't love it either. They changing the fabric of America so they can, because they're devils in black skin, and they just want to be treated better. They want the equality that was due to them. Because they black like you, now they get the disrespect that come along with it and the ill mistreatment You see? So don't be fooled. These devils and demons hate your guts, all of them. So it said, come out of her, my people, so that you will not share in her sins, her consequence, things that she's done, so that you will not receive any of her plagues. Means she's about to be toast. She's about to get hit with all these plagues, and they're not for you. For her sins, her consequence have piled up to the heaven, talking about over there in other regions, up there in the Middle East, what's going on over there, all those places that they got their hands in, killed, steal, and destroyed. They came and tainted, took people's land and settled in there and had influence over there, and now their sins have piled up. You see, over there. And God has remembered her crimes. Says you cannot get away with nothing. Action equals reaction. Every action has an opposite and equal reaction. He said you can't escape from consequence. No one's exempt. Not even God himself. You understand? No one can escape it. It just changed the form. So you get to try to escape. It changed the form. It said give back to her as much as she has given. You see? Pay her back double for what she has done. Pour her double portion from her own cup. Meaning it was her fault. It was America's fault. They did all these things to themselves. Pour from her cup because it's her. This is her dealings. This is her consequence. This is her deeds. So now you're going to get it. You see? It says pour her back. Pour her double portion from her own cup. You see? Her hands. Give her as much torment and grief as the glory and luxury she gave herself. In her heart, she boasts. I sit enthroned as queen. I am not a widow. I will never mourn. Sure. Therefore, in 1 year, which means 1 year, her plagues will overtake her. Death, mourning, famine, no food, no oil, no this, no that. You get it? No nothing. Total economic collapse, social unrest, people freezing to death, people not having nothing, people. The whole reality shut down because there's no oil now. You get it? Because they lost the war and now they have access to the oil because the enemies now have the oil. Their enemies, which are not your enemies. But you get it? They're not going to get any oil. Friends turn into foes. NATO turn on them and partner with Russia because Russia and them still will. You get it? So all the people that they entrusted in, they turn foe. You get it? And now they're in a situation where they're by themselves. Now they're in famine and then death. You see? We say the children of her I should throw into death. That's talking about the war that's going to take place when they get kicked out of the Middle East. And Britain goes to war with China. And America and them have to grab part of resources and the food and stuff that's left to get everything they need, resources, the oil, the food, the this. Take it over there, sit over there, because they're going straight to war with China. China's going to blow through Britain, going to defeat them. See, they're going to be killed. The killing the firstborn, Britain, bam. You see, that's death. And that death's coming here, you see, to enslave these people, to do unto them. You see, what was happening to us is going to happen to them. They're going to come over here. They're going to do all these things to them, torture, torment, make them abuse, castrate, dismantle, decapitate, you say, pill them up, disfigure them, dehumanize them. You see, that's what's going to happen to them. They're going to be made slaves. You get it? China's coming here to America. That's death. And then eventually, mourning. You see, mourning from their death, meaning that they're going to be destroyed. You get it? Then this place will be nuked. You get it? So that's why I say, don't invest in anything here. Don't do it. You see? Because it says that after this, right? The death, mourning, and famine, she will be consumed by fire. That means you're not coming back for it. For mighty is the Lord God who judges her, the one who didn't forget her crimes. Her crimes was piled up, right? And now she's getting back all the grief, the torment and grief as the glory and the luxury she gave herself. You see? And she's going to be consumed in fire. I mean, this place is going up in smoke. It's on fire. It's about to collapse, about to burn. And guess what? It says this day will bring darkness, not light. It said in that day you will be like a man who runs from a lion only to meet a bear. Escaping from the bear, he leans his hand against a wall in his house and he's bitten by a snake. It says Man, yes, the day of the Lord will be dark and hopeless without a ray of joy or hope. People starving to death, but death never comes. Children being gray-headed because they're running from their parents because there's no food and their parents are trying to eat them. Said the most tender-hearted man won't have compassion for his wife and his children. Meaning, sweet guy, what a sweet guy is, big, fat, sweet. He's a cuddly bear or whatever you call it. He's a sweet guy. He wouldn't hurt a fly, but he's going to snap his own damn wife and children's neck just so he can have the food for himself. It says that a woman would give birth in silence just to eat her child in the afterbirth. And you know, when children come out, well, first of all, that's intense to give birth in silence. Every woman know, God damn, giving birth is hell. You see? It's the pain that I'm not going to go through. I wouldn't dare to go through it. So I don't know nothing about it, but I've witnessed it, and I know from experience from witnessing it that it was never pleasant. So imagine giving that in silence, and then on top of that, babies cry when they come out. I mean that the mother would have to snap the baby's damn neck so nobody hear her so nobody hear the baby come out. So now they know where she is. So then she gotta snap the baby neck right when it come out, and then proceed to give it in silence. Cry in the midst of all of it, then eat that damn food before she come food, and then the baby come food. So she got to say the food for herself, eat the baby, eat everything after that, and now go back to still looking for more goddamn food, right? So that's the time we're headed in. Cannibalism, people be eating each other. You see, people gonna be eating each other, so they'll be eating up goddamn people, right? And that's a good point. Because what did that mean for you, brothers and sisters? That means that you are the ones that they will start eating first. So with the attack, things that black people end up missing. Why? Because the food shortages and stuff is already getting high. It's not affordable like we was explaining. And now black people are missing. All blacks, brothers and sisters. But you're 3/5 of a human in their constitution, which classify you as an animal, which means that they justify putting you on their dinner table. When the famine kick off and there's no food, they come to eat you. They come to knock you over the goddamn head and drag you in their house. Your children missing. The neighbor that you knew that was black is missing. Now you looking around, not understanding what's going on, and they knock you over the head, drag you in their house, put you on the dinner table, cut you up, put you in their pots. This is before their children, and they start eating up rats and roaches and anything crawling around and all this damn stuff. They'll be eating you, your babies, your black babies, and you. You see? They'll be chopping up black people in general. They'll give a damn who they are because they're not going to go hungry. They're preparing for the situation at hand, the apocalypse. They're preparing for this day. They knew what was going on. That's why they put it in their constitution that you were 3/5 of a human, that you were not a human. You see? That way they justify it by law. I mean, this is right. This is the right thing to do. You see? So they knew exactly what was going to happen, brothers and sisters. They knew this day was coming. They've been preparing for it. You see? So that's why we're telling you, these devils ain't your friend. These people are not your friends. They're your enemies. Your open enemy. You don't know nothing about the devil. You should. He's master. He's the one who slayed and afflicted you 400 years, brought you here to a land that's not yours, and did all these things to you. Raped, murdered, tormented, tortured you. Did all these things past imaginable. Burnt you alive. Fed your children in gator. He hates your goddamn guts. And now this is going to prove that he hates you. He's going to take it a notch further just to give you what you need to understand. To finally get it, to understand that he's not your damn friend, to show you that he's your true enemy, that he truly hated you the whole damn time, and he only used you for your benefits. He used you for his benefit. That's all you did. That's all you can do for him is benefit. They're in the making of their own benefit, and you only serve their benefit. And right now, your ass is about to be food. What you think I was getting y'all the food stamps and putting you in these situations where I control you, control your energy, keep your level of thinking low, so I maintain control over you, fuck your life up, give you all this stuff, give you all these trinkets and stuff that's holding you down, weighing you down to the earth. You see, even though you're supposed to be lifted up, getting the hell out of here, but I'm weighing you down, putting this on your back, putting food in your belly, keeping your house, and just so I can eat your ass. During this time, now we know where all the people are, because we got a whole apartment building, or we got a whole section full of people where we putting them in homes and houses, and now we know exactly where to go. You get it? Not to mention, man, this time is, whew. They know exactly where everyone's at. They know the addresses, this and that. They know where you stay, what you got, what they've been giving you. They've invested in this. You understand? So you're going to see in a minute, brothers and sisters. That's why it says flee, 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 flee. Telling you to get the hell moving. It said don't even go back to get your baby during this time, which is intense. It said when you see this, flee. When they come and attack you, it's you see, because now you're at that point. If you didn't get to take heed and start moving out before, and you weren't paying attention, then you got to flee. You see, now you got to go. He said, don't hesitate, you'll lose your life. Don't go back to get your baby. That's how intense this time is, brothers and sisters. There's no, let me see, let me figure out what's going to happen. Let me try to persuade. See, that's the demons. They're going to hesitate. You see, and you see, a lot of them going to lose their lives, but a lot of them come out of it because we're going to sin. Don't worry about that. They're going to come out of it. Let's just say that for now. But they're going to try to persuade us to take over America, which we don't want nothing to do with that. We want out of here. See, we don't want nothing to do with the demons. We don't love them. They devil daddies don't love them. So put them in a position where they got to go to war with the devil daddy. And then they trying to come find us because we will have food. We'll be provided manna from the God. So while everybody don't have food, we're going to have food, protection, all that. We're going to be doing it big. You see? And we getting our way up out of here. We're about to be exercising these pillars and applying and exercising these pillars, uploading this mind, getting your mind back, getting prepared for the purification process to evacuate. But during this time, they're going to try to convince you to go to war with them against Massa to take over America. Yeah, we're going to do this. We're about to run this thing. But we know the truth. Don't invest in nothing that's going to be destroyed. It means no matter what you get, even if they won, which we know they're gonna lose. That's another thing. You want to help nobody that's gonna lose. They're gonna lose. That means you're gonna end up dead out there trying to help these damn demons that's gonna be defeated. On top of that, we don't want America because America ain't got no topsoil, ain't got no organic matter, and it's about to be nuked. It's about to be complete chaos, destruction. You see, and we don't want no America. You see, the worst part of planet Earth. We're going out to go get the best. We getting the hell out of here. You see, we want what God got in store for us. We want our reward. So don't be tricked, brothers and sisters. There's going to be a lot of people that's going to try to influence you, family, friends, people that you know, influencers, entertainers, people that might make it this way that sounds good in the community, did good, did such and such good things, and was thinking good with their cap when they was here. So we just need to listen to these people. They're elite. They're the best. They're the greatest. These are great people in the community that was doing good for the community. Now they know what to do. Listen to them. They know what to do. This is a situation at hand, and they got the best solutions. So it's gonna look good. It's gonna look powerful. All that, but that's an illusion. This stuff's not real. It's not tangible. It's not real. It's not gonna come true. It's fairy tale. We know the truth. We know the end result. America's gonna be nuked. America's going to shit. It's over with. It's gonna be burnt up, consumed in fire. You see? Then gonna be made slaves. India gonna roll through here and tear their ass up. You don't want them to be. You don't want this consequence. You don't want these plagues. You don't want to be involved in America's body and suffer the same consequence. So that's the point, brothers and sisters. Get your heads up. He said, if you know better, you do better. You see? So we here to set it straight, set the record straight, let you know what's going to happen, let you know you're in danger, let you know that don't trust these enemies. If you cannot identify your enemy, then you are your own enemy. These devils is your enemy. The black-faced children is your enemy. The House of Assad is your enemy. The American Britain and false Israel is your enemy. The Esau is your enemy. The Africans, don't trust them. Don't trust none of these people. I already said that, but everybody is against you. You get it? These Mongoloids is against you. The Orient nations is against you. All these people, pastors and preachers, fake activists, fake woke folk, people that claim they know where they're going, but they ain't telling you about the Abraham Covenant. They're not telling you about America being nuked. They're not telling you about all the destruction of America. They're against you. Whether you like it or not, they're against you. They're not helping you prepare for what's going to take place and ensuring you the best plan to save your life and your family's life. That's what you need to be thinking about. Investing in your vision, investing in yourself, preparing to restore your discipline, to improve that, to re-improve yourself, to double down on your discipline, to get the hell out of here. Put yourself in position to get out of here. It's point blank, period. Either you're gonna get out of here or you're gonna be destroyed here. That's the point. Point blank, period, brothers and sisters. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us, because that's exactly what we're here to do, to bring you up to speed, help maneuver you, and get you on the right path, brothers and sisters. We're here to save your life, in your family's life, in your loved one's life, and we're here to give you the helping hand you need to make it to the finish line. So with that being said, brothers and sisters, stay tuned. Thank you for listening to me. Assalamu alaikum.